Welcome to MMJ News Network. Today, we share the origin of a groundbreaking piece of legislation that's changing lives across the nation, Ryan's Law. In this episode, we hear directly from Jim Bartell, a grieving father turned fierce advocate, as he recounts the final days of his son Ryan, a U.S. Coast Guard veteran and pancreatic cancer patient who was denied access to medical cannabis in a hospital setting. What happened next led to a powerful movement for compassionate access and the passage of a historic law in California that's now inspiring legislative action across the country.
My name is Jim Bartell. I'm the father of Ryan Bartell and sponsor of California Senate Bill 311, which was called Ryan's Law, the Compassionate Access to Medical Cannabis and Healthcare Facilities Act, which was signed by the governor on September 21st, 2021, and became law in California on January 1st, 2022. Ryan worked in special education with mostly autistic children. To do that job takes not only special skills, but also great patience and compassion. Ryan had those qualities and was very effective with his students. On March 1st, 2018, Ryan called me and my wife to tell us he had been diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer, had only a few weeks to live. I couldn't believe what I was hearing, and my heart sank and my tears swelled. He was in the hospital on his birthday, March 9th, and he died on April 21st, just 7 weeks after being diagnosed. What happened between March 1st and April 21st is why Ryan's Law was written and is now being considered in over 20 states. In his first hospital, Ryan was given morphine and other opioids for pain relief, but those weren't strong enough, so they added fentanyl, which is many times more powerful and potent than morphine. The result was he was asleep most of the time. During one of his rare waking moments, he said he didn't want to spend his last few weeks sleeping. He told me he wanted to be able to spend time with his wife and family and his many friends. We suggested the medical cannabis as an alternative to the fentanyl, which was agreed to. We had medical cannabis chemists create cannabis medicines for his pain relief. However, we were informed by the hospital that it was their policy not to allow cannabis in the hospital. The irony of that policy is that fentanyl and other opioids that kill over 75,000 people a year in the U.S. are okay to have in the hospital, but not medical cannabis, which has never killed anyone. After four weeks on fentanyl, we were able to transfer him to a hospital that would allow the medical cannabis. Because he couldn't swallow anything, not even water, the chemist created a medical cannabis spray administered under the tongue for pain relief. The result was amazing. After the first night of being dosed, he woke up wide awake, pain-free, and alert during the day. He was able to have conversations with his family and friends without pain. Instead of being asleep from the fentanyl, the medical cannabis provided him with a quality of life for his final 3 weeks, which allowed him to have much-needed conversations with his family. And time to reminisce and laugh with his many friends. Apologize. Every terminally ill patient should be able to have the same opportunity as Ryan. To spend their final days with quality and dignity, as much quality and dignity as possible. They are dying. Why wouldn't we want that for them? The happiest moments of my life for the first time I held each of my 3 children when they were born. The saddest day of my life was holding Ryan's hand.
Sure.
As he took his last breath. My hope is that the saddest moment of my life will be less painful for ensuring that Ryan's Law will allow thousands of other terminally ill patients to live their final days with quality and dignity that he was able to experience.